Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is a beautifully chaotic day in the soap world, and we have so much. Grab your snacks and hold on to your wigs, because we are diving straight into the absolute madness that is unfolding. The air in Port Charles is literally suffocating. We are standing on the edge of a catastrophic precipice, watching a seismic shift in momentum where every single impossible choice leads to absolute ruin, and the collateral damage is about to be measured in blood and shattered. Oh my god. I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. My hands are shaking while typing this because are you actually kidding? Okay, but listen. I was eating dinner and literally choked on my pasta when I realized what was happening. Jacinda Bracken has officially lost her entire mind. She has gone completely, entirely, undeniably unhinged. I had to pause and text my friend immediately because I was like, are you serious right now? She actually did it. She drugged Willow Kane's iced latte. The audacity. The sheer, unadulterated audacity of this woman to take things to this level. I am honestly so offended by her choices right now. I feel like I need to lie. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen. Why would she do that? I get it. She's dating Michael Corinthos. She sees the messy, toxic custody battle going on between him and Willow, who is literally married to Drew Kane now, which is insane, by the way. But whatever. And Jacinda thinks she's helping. She thinks she's being this supportive, ride-or-die girlfriend by proving Willow is an unfit mother. Or maybe she's just being pure vindictive because Willow slapped a restraining. Either way, my jaw dropped. You do not mess with someone's beverage, and you definitely do not mess with the mother of Wiley and Amelia. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, I need to talk about where she even got. I forgot to mention earlier, but this is so crucial. Do you guys remember the absolute public scandal with Drew Kane being drugged? Yes, those pills. Nina Reeves and Portia Robinson literally paid Jacinda to get Drew high to cause that whole messy spectacle. Jacinda had leftovers. She left her stash over at Ezra Boyle's place, and she literally went back to him. The continuity. I love when the writers remember their own lore, but honestly, it makes Jacinda look so incredibly calculated. She didn't just snap in the moment. She went on a whole side quest to retrieve narcotics to spike Willow's coffee. And don't even get me started on that coffee. I was sweating. Nina's cup was sitting right there next to Willow's. I was practically hyperventilating, thinking Nina was going to drink it by mistake. But no, Willow drinks it, and suddenly she is completely looped. She's at Nina's house, acting entirely out of her mind, and she looks at Wiley and Amelia and yells, "The last one to the car is a rotten egg." The absolute terror that washed over me. She is high out of her mind, and she is about to get behind the wheel of a 2-ton weapon with her innocent children in the... Not okay. I'm done. I literally cannot breathe, thinking about what could happen. Michael is going to completely lose it. We all know Michael wants sole custody of those. He's been playing this long, manipulative game against Willow, refusing to budge on the 50-over-50 split since she told him she's divorcing Drew. But Michael is not a monster. He would never, ever want Willow dead or physically harmed, especially not with his children in the cross. He just wants supervised visitation to keep the kids safe. He doesn't want to put them in an actual body bag. When Michael finds out what Jacinda did, he is going to absolutely combust. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. Mark my words. The spoilers are literally teasing that Michael is going to suffer a massive loss. At first I was terrified, oh my god, are Wiley and Amelia going to be in a horrific wreck with Willow high at the wheel? Are they going to be injured or worse? But the spoilers also mention Willow later in the week, so she survived. She is threatened, probably by Michael unleashing his absolute fury on her for endangering the kids. But she lived. So who does Michael lose? Jacinda. Okay, where was I? Right, so Michael breaking up with Jacinda. It has happened. He is going to cut her loose because she crossed the ultimate line. You do not endanger the Corinthos. Jacinda is going to be a weeping, desperate mess, begging him to stay, saying she'll leave on one condition. But honestly, I think Michael might go dig. What if he finds the other 2 pills? What if he goes full detective and snoops in Jacinda's purse? With Michael's deeply rooted trauma regarding his late birth father AJ Quartermain and his tragic history with alcohol and addiction, Michael has a zero-tolerance policy for this kind of substance abuse manipulation. If he finds those pills, he's going to demand to know where she got them, and that entire Nina, Portia, Drew scandal is going to blow wide open all over again. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about the loss. Michael is going to suffer. I have a theory, and it is so dramatic, but it makes perfect sense. What if Jacinda doesn't just get dumped? What if she meets a fatal end? We all know Michael Corinthos has an absolute curse when it comes to his romantic part. I swear, the man is a walking Grim Reaper for girlfriends. Think about it. Abby, Sabrina, Nell, Sasha's tragic spirals. If you date Michael Corinthos, your life expectancy drops by like 80. It is a known Port Charles fact. Picture this. Willow is high. She gets the kids in the car. She starts driving erratic. Jacinda, realizing she messed up, or maybe trying to stop Willow from ruining Michael's life entirely, gets in her own car and chases after. They are speeding down Route 91. The rain is pouring. The dramatic soap opera music is swelling in the back. Jacinda tries to cut Willow off to force her to pull over, but Willow's reflexes are completely shot from Ezra Boyle's swerve. Crash. Shattered glass everywhere. The horrifying sound of twisting metal. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen again, just imagine. Willow's airbags deploy. The kids are crying in the back seat, but miraculously Willow has a few scratches, maybe a concussion, but she is generally okay. But Jacinda? Jacinda's car flipped. Jacinda takes the absolute brunt of the impact. I am literally shaking, just visualizing the scene where Michael gets the phone. He sprints through the sterile hallways of General Hospital, his heart pounding out of his chest, only to find out that the woman he was just about to dump is either dead on arrival or in a deep, dramatic, long-lasting Port Charles coma. Comas are literally a rite of passage. If Jacinda doesn't die outright, she is going to be hooked up to a ventilator with Michael sitting by her bedside, drowning in guilt. Because that's what Michael does. He stews in guilt and anger. He'll blame himself for bringing Jacinda into his messy life. He'll blame Willow for driving. He'll blame Nina for the pills existing in the first. It is going to be an absolute emotional bloodbath. She needs to get it together, I swear, but now she might literally be fighting for her life because she thought she was playing 4D chess in a custody. And think about Willow waking up in her hospital bed, the drugs finally wearing off. Nina is hovering over her, crying her eyes. Willow realizes what happened. To realize is Jacinda drugged her. The sheer wrath that is going to erupt from Willow Kane is going to be legendary. She is going to go scorched earth. Michael thought he had the upper hand in the custody battle. Think again. Willow is going to use this to prove that Michael's environment and the women he brings around their children are an active, lethal threat to Wiley and Amelia's lives. Which is insane, by the way, because Michael was literally just trying to prove the exact same thing about Willow. The hypocrisy, the projection. It is a beautiful, messy, toxic masterpiece of soap opera story. I honestly can't get enough of it. Even though it stresses me out so much, I need to drink a gallon of water. I mean, seriously, how many times can one family be put through the ring? We have the drugs, we have the bitter divorce, we have the custody war, and now we have a potential vehicular manslaughter situation brewing. I am calling it right now. Jacinda is not making it out of the sweeps period. She played a stupid game, and she is about to win the ultimate stupid prize. Michael is going to be left standing in the wreckage, holding his kids, wondering how his life turned into a true crime documentary yet again. I literally cannot wait for tomorrow's episode. I am going to be glued to my television. I've already canceled my plan. You cannot tear me away from this Jacinda and Willow showdown. The stakes have never been higher, the choices have never been worse, and my emotional investment is at an all-time embarrassing high. Will Michael uncover the full truth before tragedy strikes, or is Jacinda destined to become another tragic casualty of the Corinthos? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more daily drama.